Hi, this is Olivia.
This is Philip.
This is Jose.
This is Vivian.
And this is our Nintendo presentation. Now I'm going to introduce Nintendo and offer you some insight into the company. Nintendo is a world-renowned family entertainment company that has captivated families since 1889. Beginning with playing cards, Nintendo expanded its passion for creating family experiences into the console market. This change of platform became a massive success, marking the start of a new path for the company and its strategy within the console market. Marrying innovative consoles with lovable characters, Nintendo found the formula for success: unique hardware and software with a specific customer segment in mind. With this formula, Nintendo has continued to recreate the magic of the family experience through iterations of consoles and an ever-growing cast of unforgettable characters. To this day, many families regard Nintendo and its characters like Super Mario a staple in their family. In order to understand the success of Nintendo, this presentation will provide a comprehensive analysis of the company and its strategies in the console market. Now I will go on to talk about the environmental forces and trends that affect Nintendo's market. The first and most important force being technology. With the speed in which these new technologies are being produced, a fast and high rate of obsolescence is the outcome. Nintendo has to make sure that their own software is keeping up to date with the trends and developments. The firms which pay a lot of attention to improving their technology are strategically better placed in the market. And hence there is a high consumer demand for products that embrace technological changes. Due to this increase in demand, the profitability margins increase as well. The companies in the industry have a competitive advantage. The next environmental force is the demographics of the console market. Age, generational, and gender factors all have a role in affecting Nintendo's market. Common misconceptions are that the market is mainly comprised of young teens and teenagers. However, recent studies suggest that the largest market sector of video game console purchasers are actually between the ages of 25 and 34. Furthermore, another factor that should be noted is that female gamers are a significant portion of the video game console market. Both of these statistics show that the market is much more diverse than it seems, and Nintendo's marketing strategies should take that into consideration. Furthermore, according to the ESA, around 11% of gamers are over 50. There is a definite generational factor, as many of these consumers were in their teens when the mass video gaming culture began, and are now in their 40s or 50s and have retained their gamer status, therefore are also ready to adopt new products. The next two forces are the economic and political forces. Firstly, with economic. Nintendo's sale is greatly influenced by macroeconomic factors. If there are inflationary forces in a certain economy, gross revenues are likely to be affected, since changes in consumer behaviors are determined by the cents addition or lessening of disposable income. Furthermore, video game consoles have a price-elastic demand. Combined with a high substitutability factor, the firm is susceptible to changes in competitors' prices. Factors that change the cross-price elasticity of the product should be considered and addressed. Next, with the political environment. With laws and government legislations put in place to limit or influence various organizations, the political environment is a big force in Nintendo's market. Legislations are put into place to protect the businesses from each other, but also to protect the customers from unfair business practices. Furthermore, other factors to consider are piracy and copyright laws. In 2009, Nintendo had been sued by Hillcrest Laboratories. They filed a case alleging a patent infringement against Nintendo. Fortunately, this allegation was proved wrong and the investigation was terminated. However, if Nintendo had lost the case, they could have been barred from selling Nintendo products in the US.
So now we move on to the competitor analysis. Before we can analyze Nintendo's positioning in the market, we need to understand what makes up a computer interactive market offering and how these offerings can be grouped into distinct markets that compete to deliver different gaming experiences. To do this, we conceptualize gaming markets to be composed of a hardware and software component that work together to deliver a particular gaming experience. These complementary components can then be grouped based on their marketing mix into either the video, mobile, or computer gaming market. The video game market includes market offerings where the hardware and software are optimized to work together and bring a high quality and seamless gaming experience. An example of industry leaders in these markets are Xbox and PlayStation. The mobile gaming market takes the video game market concept and makes it mobile and cheaper. It does this by either using proprietary console or mobile phones. An example are Nintendo 3DS and Clash of Clans downloaded through Google Store or Apple Store. The last market is the computer gaming market, which is the most versatile but the least convenient as well. The lack of optimization of hardware and content makes it difficult for the average consumer to have a seamless or quality experience. This market caters usually to tech-savvy individuals who know how to create a high-quality setting. An example is an Alienware computer buying games through Steam. So what is Nintendo's positioning? Well, they're mostly engaged in the video game market with their mobile game adhering mostly to the video game concept. Overall, by looking at the graph, we can see that Nintendo's ecosystem leverages its innovative products, exclusive content, and brand to appeal to gamers who want a differentiated and yet casual experience.
Now, let's look at Nintendo's targeting and segmentation strategies. In order to understand the variety of customers in the video game market, Nintendo segments its customers in using two major strategies, the first being demographic, which involves segmenting customers by age and gender into groups like male and female or youth and adults. The second strategy is psychographic, which is the primary way Nintendo segments its customers. Nintendo has three psychographic segments that range from the most hardcore fans who want to take lots of time to connect with the many products they buy, to the more casual audiences who don't play video games except perhaps on mobile devices. With that in mind, Nintendo then chooses certain segments to target with its products. When Nintendo entered the video game industry in 1986, children were the main target audience for most video games. Nintendo therefore targeted its products mainly at children for many years. As the market became saturated with competitors, Nintendo saw that it needed to expand its targeting to new customer segments. So, in 2006 they released the Wii, which targeted families as well as the casual segments of people who never played any video games. Today, Nintendo continues to broaden its targeting to include pretty much all of the segments they considered. However, there are still challenges. For example, the products still struggle to reach female audiences, and having such broad targeting makes it so Nintendo has to appeal to everyone's needs and wants. Let's move on to positioning strategies. When Nintendo's target audience was mainly children, it had a narrow niche that focused on traditional video games. But in 2006, Nintendo successfully repositioned itself with the Wii console toward a broader role in the household that included physical activity and multimedia. Nintendo then continued to make innovative products that served not just as a game console, but also as a toy or a way of doing various activities. To do this, Nintendo focused not on making crazy new technology, but instead on using current technology in innovative ways. Products like Pokemon Go, which force you to go outside and explore, how Nintendo repositions itself differently from traditional video games. Another aspect of Nintendo's positioning is its dedication, because they basically don't make any other products like computers, just video games. But they're still able to have a wide appeal because they make all of their products simple and accessible to children as well as people who maybe aren't good at video games but just want to play a video game casually. In the future, we think that Nintendo may have to decide whether it wants to stick to traditional games or move toward mobile games, and whether it wants to make new high-tech technologies or continue using older ones in innovative ways. Now let's look at Nintendo's product and brand strategies. Video game platforms are the most important product for Nintendo to develop. Nintendo doesn't sell a wide mix of products, but once a customer buys a console, there is a long and deep product line of things they can buy to go with it. They also put a lot of effort into launching new consoles, as each console's life cycle can last up to several years, to the point where there are no new things to buy for customers. Nintendo's brand strategy is an important part of its marketing as well. Being a family brand and a manufacturer's brand, Nintendo's name is the only one it uses, and this name shows up on everything it sells. This allows for high brand equity because it emphasizes the brand name so that people know exactly what a Nintendo is and what it sells. Nintendo's iconic characters are also a big part of the brand. Many of the major characters have been around for decades, and children can grow up with them and connect with them over their lifetimes. Nintendo keeps these characters alive by constantly updating them and using them in new ways to keep them relevant. This emphasis on characters also gives people characters to recognize rather than just a brand name, and it also inspires loyalty in fans who appreciate Nintendo's dedication to evolving their favorite characters.
So now we're going to look at Nintendo's pricing, promotion, and distribution strategies. Nintendo utilizes a market skimming pricing strategy, which involves releasing their console and games at a higher price and then gradually dropping this price throughout the console or game's lifetime. In the case of most gaming manufacturers, they will drop the price of their current console as the release date of their next console becomes closer and closer until the next console is finally released and the previous console slowly becomes obsolete and its price drops significantly. And doing so allows Nintendo and its competitors to maximize revenues from all market segments. Nintendo's promotion strategy relies first on raising awareness and anticipation for their products. This is done through various gaming conventions and forums, primarily those being E3, which is a gaming showcase where Nintendo and its competitors can raise that anticipation for their products by showing their audiences the new aspects of their new products. And Nintendo also has its own forum called Nintendo Direct, where they will release exclusive content of their products in order to, again, raise that anticipation and make people want to buy their product and get excited to buy their products. The next part of the promotion strategy is video advertising. This is also a form of getting the awareness out there, anticipation for their products, and Nintendo's video advertising for the Switch was highly effective because the video ads showed the Switch's capabilities that differentiate from any other console, such as the fact that it's not only an at-home gaming entertainment system, but also one that you can take with you anywhere and play with your friends on, no matter where you are. And the last part of the promotion strategy involves promotional pricing and product bundle pricing. So this basically allows Nintendo to receive short-run sales by dropping the prices of some of their products either individually or together. In the case of promotional pricing, they'll have discounts on certain products, whereas in product bundle pricing, they will typically bundle individual products into a group or bundle that will have a lower price than what it would cost to buy each product individually. In the case of a current bundle for the Switch, you can buy the Switch and 2 games for $359, whereas if you were to buy the Switch and the games individually, it would cost you around $410. And then you can see the effectiveness of the promotion strategy for the Switch with the sales it has drawn in. So within the first month of its release, the Switch sold 2.4 million units, and then as of December 2018, it had sold 22.8 million units, and that has actually made it the fastest selling console in US history. And finally, the distribution strategy of the Switch is a semi-intensive distribution strategy, which involves stocking products in a large amount of outlets, but not necessarily every single outlet that wants Nintendo's products. They typically stay with large retailers or outlets that are more centered around the gaming industry. So this includes Amazon, Best Buy, and Walmart. And you can see the effectiveness of their distribution strategy. If you look at the revenue they earned in millions of Japanese yen in 2017, and then that in 2018. As you can see, it more than doubled. And this is partly because of Nintendo's large stocking of a wide variety of outlets that helps them reach their global and their large and very global audience. And now for concluding comments. While we believe that Nintendo has done a great job of reaffirming its position as a strong competitor in the gaming industry, we think that in order to retain its foothold, it should find a balance between casual and dedicated audiences and decide between high-tech or lower-tech exploration of new ideas. Both of these points are critical in their future to keeping this foothold that they have now regained and preventing them from incurring more losses as they did with the release of the Wii U. Thank you for watching. We hope you had a great time.